Yeah.
Yo, what it do?
Yo, what up?
Welcome back to the Third Coast.
For sure.
Welcome to the pod, y'all. We got hot serving up for y'all today.
So you boys watched Solo Leveling. Season 2 of this new season just dropped or something?
Yep,
Correct.
sure did.
Yes.
And first episode did not disappoint. Have you seen it, Ray?
No, we
I
did
don't
not.
watch Solo Leveling.
Is there a reason why you haven't indulged?
Anime does not pique my interest in the same way that it does y'all's. I get certain animes I will dig into, but I'm not just the exploratory type when it comes to anime. So I'm more interested in catching up on shows I've never seen that are like stamped classics. So like if I ever get back into anime before One Piece comes back, I'm gonna finish up My Hero. I'm gonna probably start Bleach. I've never seen Bleach before.
Oh, that's a good one.
Even though I heard it starts slow, so we'll see. But yeah, just it's not on my radar right now. I've been caught up with other things. Trying to get into Dune. That's a tough one for me too. I'm trying.
Oh, so you made an attempt?
I did.
How far did you get?
Yeah.
Just like halfway through the first episode, I was telling Ryan, I understand what's going on. There was a war. One side said the other side ran from the war. And then that caused generational separation, an outcast. And from that, women were united in a front to spread the truth. And at one point in this faction, you have the original mother who was on her deathbed, and there was one of, are they called truth sayers?
Mm-hmm.
One of the truth sayers, I guess she had an affinity for because she shared her ideals of progressivism.
The sisters.
And apparently her daughter, who I guess was supposedly next in line to run things, did not agree with her mother's or grandmother's, whichever one it is, her ideology. And then they showed the sister who the mother had an affinity for use a power that had never really been seen before and made that girl kill herself. That's kind of where I left off. So
The voice.
It gets, there's a reason for that. I'll say that. It's the reason why it starts off the way it does, because they kind of speed blitz at the end, but you're expecting so much. They only put out 6 episodes. So you don't have that much to go through, but I say stick with it. Keep it open mind, because it's definitely going to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot more than just the I'm going to make you kill yourself
I figure it's
aspect to it. And then, like, there's still elements of that 1,000-year battle with the robots aspect of it. So, like,
Thinking machine.
like thinking machines, like it even like got to a point, Daniel, where I think now that worms are
You think they're related?
I think in some form or fashion.
Well, one theory is that a worm swallowed a thinking machine, and that's what turned old boy.
Gotcha. Okay, say less.
All right.
Okay, but yeah, man, stick with it. It's because at first I was like, oh, this is good, but I don't know. And then when I really started to pay attention to like the storyline and the plot and started asking questions, that's when I was like, because there are some good plot twists.
Because of course that's why I didn't say what it
So tell us about Solo Leveling, season 2's premiere, guys. So, what do we see in that?
Man, so first of all, Jim Woo had another cosmetic change.
Jim Woo is the main character.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. This is Mr. Increase the Levels.
Yes.
Okay.
Gamified life. I have to do my daily quests.
Yeah. So like it's been 2 months. It's a 2-month time jump.
Yeah.
Since the last.
So it looks different.
Yes, completely different.
Like completely in what way?
Body, face, hair, swag, style, appearance.
So is he more chiseled or something?
Yeah, man. He's a lean, mean Korean fight machine.
But he was already a lean. It's just completely reshaped though.
Yeah, like it's like, you know how Luffy goes from like as he progresses through, it's like, oh, Luffy kind of it's a bigger jump than that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
But it was good. I enjoyed it. You can kind of clearly see the route they're kind of maybe take on this. But I'm curious to see like what happens when he gets found out.
Well,
so nobody knows he's upgrading his level.
No.
Is it against the law to do that, or is it just unheard of?
It's unheard of.
Absolutely unheard of.
Completely unheard of, because in this particular society, you're born with only so much talent.
Yeah.
That you get rated a certain class or a certain rank.
That's unfortunate.
It is. But this particular character gets reawakened. He's given a second opportunity. Yeah. And his power is that he can now level up in real life.
Level up!
Because he's playing a real life video game.
Yeah.
So like he has like inventory, bro. He walks around with. He opens up like a book. He can just get into it. So like it's. I forgot how good it was. I kind of want to go back and rewatch it so I can remember some of like the smaller details.
I actually did. I did go back.
You went back?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend some time.
Yeah.
And go ahead and knocking that out.
I won't lie. I went straight to the last 2 episodes and just watched that back to back. Because just being able to even, just not have to wait a week. It's like, oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and watch these 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was that next that we had?
How you guys liking the Marvel Rivals update?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man.
Public service announcement. Actually, I'm gonna let Ray go on and rant about this. I'm gonna pass the mic. There you go, brother. Take off.
Yes, Marvel Rivals update. So it's been interesting playing today with all the eager people to try out Reed Richards and Sue Storm, aka was it Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. My issue is people bring those characters into competitive, and it just doesn't make sense because the character just came out today. The most you could have did was watch video, look at the picture of his abilities, and imagine what you can do. Even if you've been up since 3:10 when the servers were back online, and you've been playing all day with Reed Richards, you still ain't mastered him enough to be competitive. Now I get it. It's like, yeah, we're all bronze. So does it really matter? I got time. But it's annoying when you're trying to play with a team and people are picking Reed Richards as a tank because he has tank capabilities to absorb damage. It's like, no, bro. We don't need another DPS with tank capabilities. We need an actual tank. That's what we need on the team. So just had several games today in competitive with people playing as Reed Richards and Sue Storm and like completely missing the plot of what Marvel Rivals is supposed to be. Like, you're Sue Storm and you're in the front line trying to get DPS damage. Like, what are you doing? I'm Penny Parker, I'm the tank, and I'm watching you pass me up to fight. Like, what are you doing? Or you're Reed Richards and it's like you're jumping in the front line to purposefully take damage. Like, brother, you can't do that the whole time you're Reed Richards.
Because you're feeding ult.
He only has an ability. Once that ability is out, there's a cooldown, and then you're a regular DPS squishy again. Like, yeah, people aren't using their brains when using these new characters, and then they're doing it in competitive. Like, do that in quick play, do that in the shooting range or practice. Like, but don't come where people are like risking their ranks and their, essentially their name. Like, how good you are at the game.
That's why it makes it competitive. I mean, like, just think about it. That's what makes it competitive. Like, it was so annoying, man. Like, I played several games today, and we had a insta lock for Reed Richards every single game. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, dude, like, I get it. You're excited. But can we not, like, pick somebody like we're good at, and then we can figure out the rest? Like, if you want to do that, go play quick play. Go get good. Then, bring them on over to competitive. I think the game should do something to fix that. Like, at least wait a week before that character is introduced into
the pool for competitive. Yeah. Because
all it does is just flood. It makes quick play. Like, why even play quick play? What's the point of it? Mm. You know what I mean?
I don't ever play quick play. So like, the game's competitive. Because that game's not like Call of Duty is a game you need to warm up on. Because it's a lot of reflexes and a lot of, snap movement in.
Right.
Marvel Rivals.
I would say it is. It's just a different type of game.
It's not, bro. It's not even close to the same mechanics as a Call of Duty game.
Team composition.
I'm talking about where your reflexes and your hand-eye coordination needs to be to like be successful at Call of Duty versus Marvel Rivals. It's not even. I was like, damn.
Oh, you already know my stance on Call of Duty, because especially if it's a larger map, count me out.
Yeah, it's tough. So on games like that, I need to warm up. Yeah, let's run some multiplayer before we go to Warzone. Marvel Rivals, I need a good team before I need to warm up.
Team matters more than anything. Put me in
competitive, bro. Because the odds of me getting a good team are better there.
That's how I feel until I hit a losing streak.
I mean, you just got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
There you go.
Once you lose twice, all right, let's take a break. Let's go to a quick play.
Nah, I'd be looking for redemption after
that's the problem.
A rank down.
They saw my last game that I played.
Did I?
Yeah, when you walked in, it's like, did you leave that on? I was like, I did. I was pissed.
Yeah, bro. It was like 44 kills.
Wow.
Penny.
You're still lost?
Still lost.
I only had like 7 or 10 deaths.
Yep.
Wow.
I had double-digit damage, double-digit healing. Like, I figured out a different way to play with Penny. An aggro way to play with her. So, you know how like Spider-Man has his web and he swings? I use her web to increase her mobility to get across the map and then to go left and right. Yeah. And then I use the webbings instead of spraying them like and try to hold down one particular place, like one large area. I use it in a smaller area type sense. So when like I push, I'll focus on just on that web, and then I'll back out, reset up, and then I'll push again and focus on that web. So you got like the one that shoots out that catches them, and the one that you can slink and attach. So I attach those two, and then as I'm fighting and I know they're backing up, I'll shoot the web behind them, and then throw the bombs on the web so the bombs can travel whenever they touch the webs. That was a lot, right?
Yeah, I guess the last part of your strategy kind of had me. So you shoot the web behind them.
I should have not. So like how with the left trigger, when he shoots it out, he shoots out a web that you can either encapsulate people, or it creates a web on the ground or on the wall. So when you shoot, that comes down and you put a mine on it, whenever someone touches that web, that mine wakes up and it travels along, and it destroys them.
So I guess here's my confusion, because the web that you put out with L2 or circle, or for you it's B, that has to be connected to the mother web for those mines to travel to that web. So now if you're throwing it out away from the mother web, you don't have to put mines on it one way or the other. Like you can, but you can just put mines out and it does the same thing.
But they're invisible. They're
invisible when you put the web over it. But if you just heat a battle, I'm chunking mines at the ground. I don't need to put a web over it, because if they're not in the mother web and it's not connected to them, those bombs aren't going to reach. It has to be connected. So what I do is I'll set up and then I'll put two.
No, I'm talking about a different. I know what you're talking about. I'm talking about a different type of play style that guys a little bit more mobility. I'll show you the video.
I was about to say, you can pull up.
Yeah, I'll show you the video so you see what I'm talking about.
Dang, I actually kind of want to see now.
Yeah, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, I can show you to you. But that's how I normally would play with Penny. But I've realized by doing that, I feel like I'm a little too slow. I can't move around like I want. And I realized, maybe I could just throw that down and play this way. And it worked. And this was on convoy. We were escorting.
Yeah, so normally how I play Penny is I drop a mother web behind cover, and then I get to the edge of it, and I spray an L2 web, and I spray a B web to extend it. Normally it's like around the corner. And then I try to get another L2 web down, because you only have 2 L2 webs down, then they start disappearing. Then once I got those webs connected to the mother web, I drop mines on the walls and all in those, and that's where I stand. So now if we're fighting and I've made progress, I make sure I get rid of that before somebody destroys it, because the cooldown is way less if you reset it versus letting it get destroyed. So if you reset it, you just call it back with L1.
Yeah.
And then I just keep pushing that way. Like I don't really have a, like, my Penny's pretty sweet if I run it that way. And then constant DPS L2s.
Oh yeah,
I'm spamming L2.
Absolutely, no reload.
Oh, whole time. And her web cancels. Her web cancels out ults too.
Yep, all her webs.
I pulled it off. I pulled it off in our game. We played with 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all her webs cooldowns are really quick too.
3 seconds, both of them.
OP.
And then, like, cause what you said, I'm imagining is how I play. Cause yeah, bro, that's why I was talking about the web dash. Like, cause I'll just shoot it on the floor to always just move how far I want to go.
Not like that.
Not like that.
Mm-mm. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Not like that.
As far as traversal options, and then you can stay connected and like peek around the corner and have a snapback.
You could do that too.
Yeah.
But the way I use it is literally like how Venom would use one of his tentacles to move around the map.
So you get airborne ish.
Yeah, I can. Because you can walk. We can crawl up the wall. So you crawl up the wall. You can jump off.
I hate that she can only go straight up.
Because anytime you drop a web, you automatically get health too. And you don't necessarily have to be standing on your own hive for it to be active and
That's
for it to
correct.
work. So you can use that as a deterrent and make the people think that you actually going on there to defend it, but you really coming from the side or from the rear. So, yep. But no, man, I love it. I'm enjoying it. Have y'all played the new map yet?
I haven't seen it come up.
Really?
Me neither.
It definitely came up for me.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
No, it's nice. It's a like little, destroyed city, that you, well, generally I've had convoy in it. I don't believe I've had a domination match. And I don't know if it's only convoy or what, but it's like a little boat-like device. And it's doing
I've
a
seen it. I've
scan.
seen it on like people's streams. Yep.
But yeah, it was cool on there. I got some good penny games on that map.
Speaking of video games, Daniel, you just beat one, right?
Yeah, man. Final Fantasy, I think it's 16 is the number.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. They got the recipe.
Give it a rest already, will you?
And then they changed the recipe, and it's like, might as well.
Give it a rest already, will you? 16.
Hey, man.
And that's not even really the 16th Final Fantasy because they be having
Really correct.
like off-kilter games.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, for sure. This is endless money machine. They gonna continue that oil.
That's Hello Kitty. Like that's a brand.
Right.
Did you know Hello Kitty's not a cat? Have y'all seen that video?
Nah. What? It's something silly.
Bro, there's people saying that Hello Kitty's not a cat. Like they were interviewing like somebody that worked at a Hello Kitty factory or whatever. So Hello Kitty's not a cat. She's a little girl. And she has a pet cat. But continue.
Hello Kitty is a little girl.
Yes, that's what they say at the Hello Kitty headquarters. And Hello Kitty is a girl, not a cat.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's some type of hypnotic statement. Like that's why it's worded that way or something. Because
It was an interview. It wasn't really worded a weird way. It was pretty straightforward.
I know, but when you interview, like that's why people have what's the word, publicists and all that kind of stuff. And you get coached on interviews, bro. Like, or you don't think it was that? Well, you watched it, so
Yeah.
this wasn't that.
Wasn't that deep, bro?
Okay, well, my bad.
It was like, and then they showed pictures of her and the pet cat. Show pictures of her and her family, and then her and her friends, which all look like different animals. And the dude that was narrating the video was like, "So what? I guess they're not animals too. I guess those are all little kids." Yeah, it was nuts, but okay. Final Fantasy.
I don't know, man, but yeah, it was a good game. Took me a long time, just because of cycling through other games and all of that. But I'm glad I came back to actually get the job done or whatever. But I would say that, when it's all said and done and considered, the final boss was a little lackluster.
Okay.
So
Seraphim?
no, Ultima.
Ultima?
But yeah, that final. I mean, it's not about the final boss fight. It's not like I was disappointed on that. That was spectacular. That was dope. I liked the way that was handled, and the ending was cool. But just in the overarching, like just thinking of, I don't know, villainy. It's just like, like I could have. I don't know. I think what's some like epic villains, like Sephiroth. Sephiroth.
Yeah, my
to me
bad.
is
Sephiroth.
epic.
That's what I meant to say.
I'll never
Like, which Final Fantasy was that? 14?
7. I mean, he's been in other things, but
I'm talking about the one where
I mean, I see. I mean, he shows up in other things, but he's from 7.
There's a specific one where like the graphics like were crazy on it when it first came out.
Isn't it every
Made
game?
it worse.
Isn't
Right.
that every game? It's just the dawn
Which
of
one? Which
time.
one came out on the PS4 first?
Bro, that was 7. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Was it 7?
No, 7 definitely was on PlayStation.
Yeah. So
PlayStation 4.
4 had to be like maybe.
A couple.
13.
I mean, we just got the 16. I don't know.
Cause that's what happened. I don't think there
Yeah.
actually was one.
If only there was a website we could use to
Oh man.
ask these questions. Get a
Too bad we're not
answer.
sponsored by them.
Oh,
Well,
I love it.
that's never gonna happen unless we start using them.
I wonder who that would be.
And so now that's why we. But man, it's like I had it until you said that.
All right.
I had to-
Well, fighting Darth Vader on a Jedi. What was the joint called? The one that just came out? Jedi Survivor 2. Fighting Darth Vader on that game was epic.
Mm-hmm.
So epic. Because he's just a tank and he's fast too. Because he's a Jedi. Well, he's a Sith Lord. Pretty epic. Scrunched up face. You have concerns?
No, when you said Sith Lord, you're like Jedi, but would it be implied that all Sith Lords are Jedis? But no.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no.
The-
That was the face.
yeah, man. Yikes.
Man, my hand will not stop itching.
You know, I'm not going to lie. A lot of games with villain or boss fights, when I beat them, I kind of throw them in a sea of forgetfulness.
And that's what I mean. Is why that he's definitely going to be one that I forget. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll tell you who was hard. Clayton on the Tarzan game on PlayStation.
My God. Hey, that was a great game.
I never played it.
Really? It was a good time.
Fantastic. Followed the movie,
Yeah.
played the missions, and you have to fight Clayton at the end. Hit the vine surf and avoid his gunshots.
Hey, those movie license games.
Very difficult. You're laughing, but those was some good times.
Yes, they were.
Epic
Yes, they
game.
were. Yeah, man. That's taking me back to the Blockbuster days. Oh my goodness.
You just walk in and pick a game.
Oh, I own that one. I
Yeah.
own at the house.
Stay at a Blockbuster.
I owned very few games. All of my gaming experience came from Blockbuster. I mean, I would keep it till I was done, but Blockbuster.
It's like, you just buy it? No, you can rent it for a month. Okay.
Man, what's up? If he didn't have like a memory card for like the
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation,
I never.
I did not. Never
bro, you
got
gonna
it.
leave that hoe running all night.
I didn't get him. I never got him. Did I ever get a memory card? I think my GameCube, I eventually got one, but I never had one for PlayStation.
I wasn't able to save my game until the original Xbox.
Yeah,
Wow.
That
when
was
I
my
didn't have to worry
first.
about it.
That was my first experience being able to finally save my game. Otherwise, I was keeping the system on, bro. And I haven't beaten a lot of games just due to that. Because just eventually, like, man, turn the system off or power go out, whatever case may be. Like Final Fantasy VII, I did not get to.
Oh, that was one of the best games ever.
But yeah, man. Ryan, you got a villain? Well, you mentioned old buddy from Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
You got another guy? Any of those Budokai bosses give you problems?
You think Sephiroth counts for him? Because he said the wrong name. That's who he was thinking of, but that's who I said.
But I always call him Seraphim because I always think like an angel because of his wings.
Well, Dane said it doesn't count.
You motherfucker.
So you got another one?
Yes, I do.
Who is that? Who would it be?
Call of Duty 3 the zombies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That was tough for you?
I had to think about, I haven't played any role-playing games in a long time.
Yeah, me neither.
So, like, when I thought about it, I was like...
Well, that's why I brought up Darth Vader on Jedi Survivor. That was the last role-playing game I played.
Like, it's been a long time since I played a role-playing game.
Yeah. Wait. I'm so confused. You said Call of Duty Zombies.
Yeah, the zombies on Call of Duty.
And you said role-playing game.
Yeah.
He said he named that one because he has not played a role-playing game in a long time.
Oh. Okay, I understood.
Don't throw things up in the air.
You said what?
Talk about Ray.
I dropped it. I didn't throw it.
Gravity did this job.
All right, y'all. NFL playoffs start tomorrow.
They do.
Texans play at 3:30. Play the Chargers.
I don't have any high expectations.
Really? You don't think we're going to get out of this game alive?
Bro, if we can't defend our quarterback, if the O-line's going to play like trash, then no.
You don't think they'll be hyped up for the playoffs?
Bro, we've lost at the same time slot for the last couple of years. It's always been that Saturday at 3:30. We've lost that game. Since we lost and wore them stupid Lettermans to go play the Chiefs, we have lost every Saturday
So you don't
playoff
think we
game
can
at
beat the
3:30.
Chargers?
Hey man, the Chargers have a quarterback that can do it. He's just as good as CJ, I think.
Justin Herbert is not just as good as CJ.
Justin Herbert is just as good as he is, man. He
Justin
is.
Herbert benefits from a better team than CJ has right now. I don't think he's a better quarterback though.
Herbert's nice, bro.
And he is, but he ain't better than CJ.
I didn't say he was best. He's just as nice.
Nah, he ain't just as nice.
I didn't say better. You put words in my mouth. I said he's just as
He
good.
ain't just as nice either.
He's just as nice.
Okay,
bro.
what's your top tier quarterback? You got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson. We're putting Josh Allen in there.
Yes.
That's 3. Next tier. CJ Stroud.
Talking about off of performance this year. The performance this year alone.
Performance period.
I wouldn't have CJ in the next 3.
Performance period.
Not this year.
You can't blame CJ for that O-line, bro.
Hey man, tape is what it is. I can't.
But you can't blame him for that O-line.
Tape
bro.
is what it is. I'm talking about the best this season. Yes, he's a great player, but even great players have
I'm not even
bad
talking
years.
about this season, though.
I said this season.
I said period. I've asked the question. You can't tell me how to ask the question.
But you changed your question twice.
I didn't change anything. I
Yes,
said,
you did.
Who was our top tier quarterback? I didn't say top tier quarterbacks this season. I said, who are the top tier quarterbacks in the league right now?
In the league right now. You said right now. That's this season.
Not this season.
But you
I'm
just
talking
said
about
right now.
Overall.
You just said right now.
Overall in their careers.
Overall in their careers?
Yeah.
Are you talking about active quarterbacks? Or are you talking about
Of course. In the league right now. Not this season. Just playing in the league right
just
now.
playing in the league? I would have Russell Wilson in the next tier.
Okay. Russell Wilson, CJ Stroud.
I wouldn't have CJ Stroud in that second tier.
Okay, who else is in the tier then? Russell Wilson, who else? Because CJ's way better than Russ.
We're not talking about this year. We're talking about,
I know that. Even based off that. I'm looking at the player. Not accomplishments. Yeah, we know Russ won a Super Bowl.
I
How
would
long ago was
have Jalen Hurts
Okay.
in that tier. I will also have Joe Burrow in that tier.
Okay. So CJ Stroud's not in the tier with those
He's
guys.
not top 6. I would have him in that third tier
With
with Jordan Love and
I'm putting Jordan Love in the second tier as well. Yeah, you're nuts. You're nuts.
I'm taking Joe Burrow over him. I'm taking
not.
Jalen Hurts over him.
I'm not.
I'm taking
Those guys have great teams.
who else did I say? In that second tier?
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson.
I'm not taking Russell Wilson over CJ Stroud.
You crazy.
I'm not.
Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl.
Okay. How long ago was that?
We see when I said that this season.
I said I'm not talking about accolades though. I'm not talking about accolades.
You said
because
overall.
in that case, Aaron Rodgers is better than all of them niggas.
You said
in that case, it's Aaron Rodgers and Pat Mahomes in the top tier, but it's not.
But that's what you said.
But it's
though.
not.
That's why I said let's put some conditions. That's why I said let's put some conditions on it.
I did.
Based off of this season, who's the top 3 quarterbacks off of this season?
This
season, I would have Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. This season. Right after that, I would have Pat Mahomes. I'd have Jordan Love. I would have. Oh, this is a. Jared Goff. This season, I would have Jared Goff in that second tier. Are you checking numbers?
I sure is. I'm sure is.
Did you see that? Jared?
So CJ Stroud's rookie year, he had 4,108 yards.
I just said this
23 touchdowns.
Dang, did I not just say?
Can I finish my thought, please? CJ Stroud's rookie year, he had 4,108 yards passing, 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, with a 100.8 QBR rating.
Yeah, it's all time.
This year, he had 3,727. So that is about a 350-yard drop off. 20 touchdowns, that's 3 less, and 12 interceptions. That's 7 more than what he had last year. Nico Collins was hurt. Stephon Diggs got hurt. O-line has looked suspect. Yet still, C.J. Stroud has put up 3,700 yards, 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And you're saying that he's not
second tier
on the same level as Jordan Love? Let's check Jordan Love's numbers.
He's not on the second tier,
Okay.
and that's okay.
But he is though.
But he's great. He had an exceptional first year.
So CJ has
this year. He had a step back. I mean, I understand. Like I understand receivers are hurt.
Jordan Love's yards this year are 3,389. So he has less.
Mm-hmm. How much less?
25. CJ had 37, so he has about 400 less yards.
Okay.
25 touchdowns, so he has 5 more touchdowns than CJ. 11 interceptions, so he has one less. So you can't say they ain't comparable or they're not on the same level. That's wild. Again, these quarterbacks that you've named, while they are on that tier, CJ cannot be penalized for the strength of his team, bro. That's not fair.
No, that's
part of
what
he's still performing.
But that's part of what being a quarterback
is. He's still performing though.
But he didn't have the great year this year.
I didn't say it was great, but
he's not compared to
that doesn't take away from his skill, bro.
I'm not taking.
But that's all. That was my question.
But that's all you're hearing, though.
That was my question, though.
Your question was, is he second tier quarterback? I said I don't think he is. Not this year. I don't think he is this year.
Okay.
That's what I said, because there's compared to the other quarterbacks that's in the league, Joe Burrow has done way more.
But there's nuance. Nuance to that.
But what I'm saying is, you can't, regardless of what's going on with the team, your job is to elevate those around you.
Okay.
You get what you get. Injuries happen.
Okay.
It's a part of football.
Yet he's still performing.
So I understand that. But when you go sit down to that contract, they don't care about such and such was injured.
He's still performing, though.
But, bro, I'm telling you.
On the same level as Jordan Love, who has his whole team.
I'll take the quarterback. I'll take the quarterback that has less picks.
The conversation is
more
nuanced,
touchdowns.
though. That's not fair to say that he's not on the same level as these guys because they have a better team around them.
I didn't say they're not.
That is what you said. You said CJ's not on their level.
I just said, let me clear it up.
Just because his team suffered injury and bad play this year.
Let me clear it up.
There's nuance to that conversation.
Let me clear it up for you. CJ and Jordan Love are on the same. They're comparable. But this season, Jordan Love had a better season. Yes, CJ might have.
I understand what you're saying. I disagree that it's just that black and white. There's nuance to the conversation. His whole O-line is trash. Two of his top receivers, his number one and number two option, have been hurt in and out all season. We just lost Tank Dell.
Joe Burrow,
3 weeks ago.
Joe Burrow's left tackle is the worst rated left tackle in the whole league. And
the Bengals issue is not the offense.
And he threw for 4,600,000.
The Bengals issue is not.
Yes, it is. Joe Burrow got tackled a lot. He was constantly beat up.
Does he have his number one receiver?
The whole entire season, he was beat up.
Does Joe Burrow
he was getting hit. Joe Burrow threw for over 40 touchdowns and 4,600,000 yards.
His number one receiver? Did Joe Burrow have his number one receiver all year? Yes or no?
Yes, but his number one receiver even come to mini camp or came to all season or did anything?
What does that have to do with being injured?
Because you can.
What does that have to do with being injured?
What I'm saying is you can
being available on the field when the games count. I'm talking about when the games count. I'm not talking about training camp.
You can pick and choose what you want in terms of getting into the weeds of why CJ did perform or why he didn't do that. Why Joe Burrow didn't have that. He had his own. It's black and white when it comes on, bro. Either you winning or you losing.
Is CJ not winning? Are we not number one in the division? Are we not in the playoffs tomorrow?
We
so what are we talking about? You can't say he's not. You can't say he's not performing.
When we're comparing quarterbacks, and you want to start listing them off in tiers, I do not think CJ had a better year than Jordan Love.
Though, based off what? Because he didn't throw as many touchdowns.
He didn't throw as many touchdowns, and he didn't throw as many picks either. CJ missed a lot of open throws.
Why?
I watched the games.
Why?
CJ missed a lot of throws.
If you watch the games, you know why.
I do know why.
Okay,
but there were also times when those things weren't an issue. And he was missing wide open.
That's not what, bro. Beginning of the season, we were on a roll. We didn't have any issues. We were on a roll,
bro. That's how football is in the beginning of the season.
And then what happened, Ryan?
You get tape.
That's not what happened.
You get tape.
Who got hurt, Ryan?
Bro, did
Nico Collins not get hurt?
Bro, you have to understand what football does.
Did Stephon Diggs not get hurt?
You got to understand what football.
But you have to incorporate that in the conversation.
I'm trying to put you on game, bro. I'm trying to put you on game. With football, it's a little bit different. The first couple of weeks of the season is a brand new season. A lot of teams change up their offenses. So after the first 3 or 4 weeks, there's film, there's tape that you can go and view, and it changes up how you run your offense.
That's why the film hurt Stephon Diggs. The film hurt Nico Collins.
I'm not talking about Nico Collins. I'm not talking about Stephon Diggs. I'm not giving anybody any credit.
To do with his success.
I'm talking
on
about
the field. Those are his number one and number two
receivers. Just like in poker, whatever card you're giving, you're giving. You can have shitty cards and still win a hand. Okay. I've done it several times. You can have great cards and win in hand. It's about what you're giving. Don't make any excuses.
It's not an excuse.
It happens.
It has to do with his performance.
It's what you're dealt with.
Not an
excuse. What did you do with what you were given with?
That's really not an excuse, bro. Okay, so then by your estimation, then LeBron James should have won the finals when Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving got hurt. He should have beat the Warriors. Because it's just a hand he was given. And it don't make sense. He's LeBron James. You just got to do it.
And he damn near did.
But he didn't. And he did not. He lost. What did they lose? 3? What did they lose? 4-1? 4-2? He ain't damn near do shit. They got rumped. And everyone understood because the number 2 and the number 3 option were hurt. So for you to say that CJ oh, CJ's not on that level this year. Yes, the fuck he is,
This
because
year.
even in spite of the 2 injuries, even in spite of the O-line being shit all year, nigga still has comparable numbers to Jordan Love, who you put a tier above him. That's crazy. And he's your quarterback.
I know he is.
That's nuts.
Jordan Love had a better year than CJ Stroud this year. Even though they're comparable players, he had a better year.
Never my question,
That's
though.
the thing.
That was never the question.
The question was, if you're ranking and tiering your quarterbacks, is who would you be in your second tier?
Right.
I put Jordan Love above CJ.
Based off
you
what?
Because he had a better year this year.
Okay, that was never my question.
You said
was
over
never
what?
My question.
You just said over what?
I said pure talent. We know what CJ is capable
You
of.
never said pure talent.
Yes, I did. Daniel, didn't I say that? Didn't I say we're not talking about stats? We're not talking about accolades. We're not talking about any of that. We're talking about the player.
But then,
and their ability.
But when I said this year, that you have to take into account of all of that. I've already said they're comparable. I said that leading off.
If they're not, if
I
they're
said they're
comparable,
but they
on
had
the same level.
Take for instance, Pat Mahomes this year had one of his worst years.
Pat Mahomes is still S tier.
He is, but this year, if you're ranking,
I'm not talking about this year though. But there's nuance to that conversation. You can't just make that black and white.
If you're ranking it this year, off of because your record, the tape is what it is.
But I'm not though. I'm ranking it off who these quarterbacks are and have proven to me.
Well, that's the case. Then Aaron Rodgers should be the top one.
He said overall, but
what has Aaron Rodgers done in the last 5 seasons? Let's talk about MVP and then what?
Doesn't matter. He got
versus
an MVP.
CJ Stroud.
He got an MVP. MVP is better than none.
Okay.
Like if you want to talk about like the whole entire platter, then you can start throwing other people in there. When I say if you're gonna talk about ranking quarterbacks, there's a lot of.
I'm talking about their skill as of today.
Skill.
And Aaron Rodgers' skill as of today is not on that level. No matter what he's done in the past, Russell Wilson's skill as of today is not on that level.
So you know, no matter what you're saying as of today. Well, but when
accolades.
I'm not saying accolades.
Not passing yards. Skill, not who was hurt and who wasn't.
I said this season, but that skill, you have to display that skill. I can say I have all the skill.
He did, Ryan, with 20 touchdowns.
And that 20 touchdown is what? Stats, right? So you have to look at the stats.
I'm using your argument.
No,
I'm using you're saying that Jordan Love performed better. They performed damn near the same. It wasn't better or worse. CJ had more passing yards than him.
I talked about even more than just the records and just the stats and that. I said the way he played, missing wide open receivers. I watched the game.
Why did he miss the wide open? That's what I'm saying. That conversation is not
because he had balls sailing on him when he was perfectly protected over. He was throwing balls.
CJ open. Has never been perfectly protected this whole year.
Bro, he's had snaps where he had great protection and he overthrew people. Okay. It's happened. They called it out on the broadcast.
Broken clocks are right.
Okay.
What about these Rockets though?
Hey,
let's see if he is accountable to Şengün tonight the way he's just accountable to CJ Stroud. Şengün missed goddamn 8 fucking free throws.
How many did he take?
15.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, that's 40. That's right at 50%. A little less than 50.
Less than 50. That's terrible.
A little
at
less
the
than
free
50.
throw line, you should be shooting in the 70s at the very least.
Well, the whole team shot bad that night.
No, it was him and Tate.
He shot terrible.
Tate shot 50. He shot less than 50. Everybody else was 50 or above with 1 for 2.
But how many free throws were they taking? That's what I was asking. Because I know they said they shot a lot of free throws that game. I think it was like 37, 30.
So Amen Thompson was 6 for 7. Şengün was 7 for 15. Fred VanVleet was 3 for 3. Jalen Green was 1 for 2. So he was 50, but he only shot 2.
Okay.
Ken Whitmore was 1 for 2. So he was 50, but he only shot 2.
Okay.
Jayshawn Tate was 4 for 8. That was the other problem child. Steven Adams, 0 for 2.
Okay.
Holiday, 2 for 2.
Okay.
So yeah, that's an issue. And then we won by 2 fucking points. These niggas left 17 points on the line.
But you act like we play a scrub team though.
What does that have to do with you hitting free throws?
No, you said we won by 2 points.
Yeah, because you missed all the free throws. That's why I was close. Any team you play in the NBA, they have a chance to win in the NBA.
How many free throws did
I didn't look at
they
that.
both shot a lot of free throws, and they both missed a lot of free throws. It was an ugly game.
I'm not responsible for the for the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm responsible for the Houston Rockets.
It was an ugly
and
game.
the Houston Rockets need, and this is not the first game though. This ain't the first time that Şengün has been at that line in crunch time or in pivotal moments, and he's missing shots.
Free throws, yeah.
That has to get better. Because that was we were up by 17. At one point in that game,
the offense stalled out. That's why they came back. Offense just stopped working, stopped clicking, and they came back, hit a couple of threes, and got the transition bucket and foul. But they made some boneheaded plays down the end of that stretch to allow us to win that game. But our defense was still solid. We did great, but offensively, sometimes we go into this lull where it's like, God, dog, we can't get a bucket for 6-7 minutes straight, and that causes the other team to go on a run, get in foul trouble. And I also think he probably had to work a lot because he had Triple J on him, Brandon Clark. He had some pretty good.
he was cooking them niggas though.
He was, but his work too on the other end. So
Get to the line, breathe, bro.
Hey man,
I don't know. He a pro. He making millions.
That's what I'm saying. So, but you gotta hit your free throws.
I really don't care about that.
You do
excuse.
got to hit your free throws. So if you're gonna be out there. But that's also why, if you watch the post game interview, Fred was like, "We didn't get any great possessions down the stretch, so I want to make sure that we got a good bucket and scored off of it." So that's why he
bumped
mid range. Yep, he said that's why he took.
We
that.
needed that, but that's his shot.
I mean, it is. That should be the only shot.
Shots.
Well, many of the bombs away.
Bombs over Baghdad.
So.
Okay, Daniel, hold on. You didn't give your prediction. You've been quiet over there. I know sports not your thing, but you've been watching lately. How far do you think the Texans can go? Do you think they'll win tomorrow?
I hope they win tomorrow. I'll put it that way. I mean, I'm rooting.
I gotta get this nigga out of here.
I'm pro Texans. You know what I'm saying?
I hope they win tomorrow. No, either they ain't or they are.
No, we got them.
See, Carlton is the reason why we need to ban people from paying Marvel rifles.
Why is that?
Invisible Woman isn't as powerful in terms of killing a bunch of people. But when I tell you I had a blast, she could just go invisible in an instant. I was all behind enemy lines running next to him. They could only hear my steps. It was awesome. No! We need a mantis. A Loki.
That was funny, that round where you was like, I can't believe this mic is doing this. All right. But
Time for a new cable.
I guess so.
Also, just the way y'all wrap them cables. Yeah. But yeah.
But that match where the other, I don't know, whoever that random we were playing with, they were Loki. I was like, man, you got
to hop up, bro. Instant difference in the match. It's like, bro, what's going on? Like, I hate when I go up against the Loki and we have a Loki. I'm like, bro, why do I feel like this Loki is like completely outclassing our own Loki?
Yeah, man, it's like a good Loki.
But yeah, man. Is Bradley Beal going to get traded? Yes, no. Quick fire.
They put that man on the bench.
He out of there, dog.
that's got to be a sure sign.
And he got a no trade clause, and he put that man on the bench.
Yeah. So they're talking about they want Jimmy Butler. I honestly don't see that benefit.
Did you see the last thing Jimmy Butler posted to his Instagram?
Oh, when he was at his coffee shop?
At his coffee shop. See, I gave you a compliment. That's what good bosses do. They build you up and not tear you down. And he turns, looks at the camera and smiles and gives a thumbs up. I said, damn, if that wasn't a shot at Pat Riley.
Big shot.
I don't know what that was. It's about to get gangster down in Miami between the Italians and the blacks. Who's going to win? Jimmy Butler or Pat Riley? Find out on the next episode of Miami Heat. Da, 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 da.
Speaking of that, you remember when Rachel Nichols had to jump?
Yes.
And they used to have different shows.
Yes.
For the different teams.
Yes.
It was a funny segment, though. They did a good job. They just got in trouble.
I enjoyed it.
You don't know about that, do you, Rachel?
Not at all.
They caught her on tape complaining about a young and up and coming African American who's getting some spots that she wanted or she had been doing for years, and they got her up out of there.
Speaking of Rachel Nichols, I know this is a quick.
I know what you're finna talk
Quick
about.
divergent, but I got to touch on this just for 1 second.
You should have added it to the notes.
I know. You know what? We'll save it for
No. Go ahead. While it's spicy.
Oh, man. So, the scandal at Fox Sports 1.
Jeez Louise.
Man,
Skip.
between Skip paying 1.5, allegedly offering 1.5 for some meow, and the sexcapades of one Joy Taylor, Emmanuel Acho, and Charlie Dixon is beyond me.
Dixon.
It's really beyond me. And when I saw the picture of the guy, I was like, wow. Women out here really are just using their body to try to get forward in life. And I think Antonio Brown said it best today on Twitter when he quote tweeted Liz Cambridge, who was a WNBA player, said that she's no longer going to be in the WNBA and only going to do OnlyFans from now on out because she made more money than she's ever had.
You're lying.
I'm not. AB goes, women don't understand. You're not an OnlyFans models think they hustlers, but baby, you're a prostitute. And I was like, wow, AB with the most common sense thing he said in a while. But that's what it reminded me of, though, bro. Like, why do y'all feel like, and in the back of her mind, tell her friend that if something never came out, she's gonna cry rape, that he forced himself upon him. So you already going into this with the mindset of trapping and getting at this man and trying to advance your career instead of just trying to work hard or be seen. And then you around, messing around with coworkers. Like, you don't bring sand to the beach, bro. Keep it professional. Because it can mess things up real quick. Like, I get it. It's fun. It's exciting. But at the end of the day, like, that's your livelihood. That's your...
So I wonder what they're going to do about that.
Bro, she was on air the very next day.
Yeah. On FS1?
On FS1, bro. But she wasn't with Acho.
Mm-hmm.
She was with Keyshawn, Paul Pierce, and Mr. The crazy dude, the receiver.
Oh,
Dallas Cowboys. Michael Irvin. That's who they had on.
Bro, have you been seeing these Twitter trends? Somebody was like, they should make Michael Irvin the next Black Panther. And people just quote tweet it with like video clips of this nigga going crazy. Have you been seeing that?
But
Bro,
I can
I'm
imagine.
send you that stuff, bro. Hold on.
I can imagine it's funny as
My
hell.
Twitter been going up.
But yeah, man, not only Bradley Beal and Phoenix, but like we also got Jimmy Butler. MVP. Who do you think's MVP right now?
Of the NBA?
Yeah. One, two, three. Shea.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, he didn't do it. Let's try it again. 1, 2.
I don't know. It's not gonna change.
I got Shea winning it right now, fam.
Shea
dropping niggas off like the bus. Stop. And they got, I think they have the best record in the league. He's been playing absolute great defense, putting up 30 balls. Yeah, I think he should have won MVP last year, even though Joel was dominant. I think they should have won it last year, but I think this is his to take. Wow.
You don't think it's gonna be Jokic?
Nah.
not this year.
Nah, not this year. Jokic having a good year. He's great, but like team success, I think also should play a part in it, even though there are those that think it shouldn't. So
This the child again. You know, a little pep talk.
Listen to everybody. Nobody believes in you. Are you prepared to do about it? Don't let no one come into your house. Take your meal. Do what you need to do. God damn, I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
I'm not nervous. I'm just telling you.
It's funny, like, because watching an interview with him, like, him doing all that yelling and stuff, is purely TV personality, bro.
Oh, prayer.
And that's so brilliant.
Also want to send some prayers up to our friends and family out in California.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the wildfires.
Wildfires. Sister's doing okay. Cousin's doing good. They just went back to their apartment today.
Yeah, my cousin's doing fine. Both of them are.
So definitely want to keep a shout out for them. Make sure they're all safe. And what's up with these fires, bro? It's like every year, like clockwork. Just like a.
They got the recipe between the like atmosphere and the.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about
Somebody said
this like legislation in California concerning that. So one thing that people are complaining about is that there's water that runs up north in Canada, like on the border, and that water is being diverted to the Pacific Ocean because to preserve wildlife for some, like it's a species of fish they're trying to preserve. So there is like hundreds and hundreds of millions of gallons of water that's diverted into the Pacific Ocean that they could be using in California. Or at least people think they could be using. Also, there was a $17.5 million budget cut. I think from like the firefighters when this new mayor took the office. Of course, you know, there was a need for budget cuts, so it's not like it was malicious, but you know, people are pointing to that. Also, the fact that the California, they have a like water preservation thing that they do. It's where you know, like they won't allow more than a certain amount of water to be used by the city.
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, and then it's one other thing. Oh, like the forest cleanups, removing all the dead trees, dead wood, and the leaves.
Oh,
There are people saying that they're not allowed to do that because of they're trying to preserve habitat for.
so it's like a lot of dead brush that just easily burns up.
Yeah.
And it's been unkept for years, so the amount of
And they're not
haze-
allowed to go through and sweep that up because they said it disturbs the natural habitat of the creatures that live in the forest. But you know, so a lot of people think it's a lot of will to do. That's not really beneficial to people. Like the first layer issues are being solved, but the second layer issues aren't
being addressed or
being addressed. So the second layer issues being, you know, the wildfires that keep popping up. And so this one actually happened in SoCal. So I was talking to my cousin who was born and raised out there. He was saying he's seen a couple fires in SoCal, you know, here and there. Nothing too frequent, but this is probably the craziest thing he's ever seen. Yeah, it's just because of where the fire is. Normally it's Northern California where all the woods are. It may affect some people's houses, but not just a large population. With this one, it was like in a largely populated area. And so, yeah, it's very unfortunate. So if you have any little ones out there, please check on them. Keep those guys in your prayers. Bro, I don't know, man. Houston, Texas is in the freeze. California's on fire.
Dallas got snow.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Texas is frozen, and Dallas, their freeways are on ice. So I don't know, man. People keep saying global warming is not a thing.
It definitely is.
I see the effects
Definitely
yearly. Mm-hmm. I remember it being cold in October. Mm-hmm. Waiting for the bus outside, I had to have a jacket on because it was freezing. I remember that. And we're just now getting our first consistent cold weather here in mid-January.
And it's hella cold.
Yeah, and it's like ridiculously cold.
Yeah.
It's not even like a bearable cold.
I mean, it's gonna be cold in March. What's the one where the little animal comes up? Groundhog. When is that?
Not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Isn't it like April?
I was about to say May, something like that. But yeah, man. I think we did a good job hitting all our points, man. Gentlemen.
And what about the president? I think he was indicted or sentenced today.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Eating dogs.
Okay, it's takeaways from the sentencing hearing of Donald Trump. Donald Trump was sentenced without penalty in the New York hush money case Friday after a symbolic and historic unprecedented hearing following the first felony conviction of a former and soon-to-be sitting president. Judge Juan Merchant spoke to Trump for several minutes, telling the president-elect that it was the office of the presidency and not the occupant that was afforded extraordinary legal protections requiring him to impose a sentence of unconditional discharge without any punishment.
So they're basically saying, just now that you're the president, we'll let you slide because you have all these protections in
Trump
place.
chose to speak before Merchant opposed his sentence, showing zero contrition and launching into the same attacks against the political witch hunt that he's been claiming since he was first indicted more than 20 months ago. Trump's convicted on May of 34 counts of falsifying business records, while he has vowed to keep fighting the conviction through the appeals court's Friday sentencing cements the fact that Trump will be the first convicted felon to become president 10 days from now. Here's what to know from the hearing. Merchant already signaled he would not sentence Trump to any punishment, let alone jail time. That's something the U.S. Supreme Court noted when it allowed the hearing to go forward in a 5-4 ruling Thursday night over Trump's objections. But that didn't make Friday's sentencing any less significant or embarrassing for Trump, who was allowed to appear virtually from his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. During Friday's sentencing, Trump's tone was perhaps more subdued while speaking over a virtual connection, but he nevertheless railed for several minutes against everyone involved in the case, the prosecutors, the judge, Michael Cohen, and more, claiming he had been unfairly treated. Oh my goodness. Merchant did not criticize Trump's conduct as he sentenced him, instead focused on the judge's difficult task of imposing a sentence and the legal reasons why he was not imposing any punishment in the case. Merchant noted that the circumstances surrounding this case were extraordinary, but said that once the courtroom doors closed, it proceeded like any other trial in the New York court system. The Merchant made it clear that it was the office of the presidency and not Trump himself that tied his hands on the sentence in the hush money case. It's the legal protections afforded in the office of the president of the United States that are extraordinary, not the occupant of the office. Like, oh, okay. So a lot of mumbo jumbo. Unconditional discharge sentence cements the president-elect's status as a convicted felon, though Trump now walks freely away from the case without any threat of punishment, fines, or probationary supervision. The sentence essentially serves as a final judgment in the case. Oh my God, allowing Trump and his attorneys to move forward with his appeals.
I think we good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, now that he's president, there's so many protections in place to try to fight against it, and they don't want to make America look bad, so they're going to look the other way, let it slide, and say, "Oh, now that he's president, he has all these protections," and
He still wants to appeal, though.
Yeah, I mean, but to save face, right? You know, show that you still tried to do your.
So basically, all they did was say you're a felon.
Yes. And you can't be.
This is great.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Well,
anything that grinds y'all's gears?
Daniel?
Well, I must go first.
Wake
Grinds
up!
my
Wake up! Wake up!
grinds my gears is it's a weird combination of consumerism and girl math. You guys know the Evian water, right?
Yeah.
The water brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decent, but when it's warm, it's nasty.
Disgusting.
You guys know that there's a Evian's facial spray.
No.
Like from the water?
Yeah. And that's all it is. It's water.
Like really, really?
Literally, genuinely.
Okay, so what grinds your gears?
It's just that we live in a world where that, I guess, sure, let's have it exist. But at the price, yeah, man. outrageous. How much you think that costs?
How much do I think what cost? The face spray?
Yeah.
$10.99. Was it $10.99?
Yeah.
Haha.
It's ridiculous. Not too bad.
Nigga, that's water. You better get a spray bottle and pour that water out the faucet.
Oh no, that's so many minerals and bad stuff.
That's
on
good,
it.
bro. It's good for your skin. It builds your immune system. It builds your tolerance. Get rid of the acne.
Well, so Ryan, you're a customer?
Speaking to the mic.
No, I'm not a customer, but you know what grinds my gears?
What's that?
Oh man, so many things. I guess the first thing that really grinds my gears is I used to go to, you go to the store, they always have like a scan to pay, like a tap to pay. I hate when I go into an establishment and I can't tap my phone to pay. Like I feel disrespected that I have to
Walmart.
pull out my wallet, pull out a card, swipe the card. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? Do y'all not want to pay for the servicing
Walmart.
fee to introduce that to your customers?
HEB.
No, they actually have it now.
Really?
The ones right here have it. They have it now.
Walmart.
But it used to be HEB.
Yeah.
I used to be so mad, bro. Cause I really don't take my wallet out because I don't really, it's just it's on my phone, my watch.
Hey,
just
man.
being,
So many other options.
yes, that really grinds my gears. Come on,
Walmart.
man. Pay. Oh, especially the gas stations. Pay that little extra servicing fee, bro. Don't pass that on to your customer. Man.
Walmart.
You make enough money to do so as is. Yeah. Walmart.
Know what grinds my gears? Hit dogs hollering. That grinds my gears. Like, how pretentious of you to think that you're on my mind to randomly talk about on my Twitter.
Like, how much, like, you really think highly of
Like,
yourself?
how important do you think you are
To me.
to me for me to randomly say something about you and you to take that and like
Run with it.
start a whole Twitter space to talk about it?
Twitter space?
Yeah, well, it was really an echo chamber with her and one other person. Just talking to each other for 16 minutes. You could have did that over the phone, stupid.
Women.
But you wanted to get online and try to embarrass me. Stupid.
Women folk are
You're idiots.
they're not the brightest.
Complete idiots, bro. What I said on my tweet was, one thing that'll really make me stop, messing with you as a person is if for lack of communication and reciprocation. So like, for example, if I asked to hang out with you and you're like, oh, I'm busy, I got this, that, and that. Cool, I understand. But then you never get back to me on when you're free. Oh, I'm not finna chase you. Like, are you free now? Are you free now? You want to hang out now? I'm not finna do that.
Oh, no.
That's all I said. Somebody took that some kind of way because I haven't talked to them in a long time.
They hit him on the chin.
I guess they felt like that's what it was.
I mean, but that's what it was. If the shoe fit.
Nigga, wear that bitch and keep walking.
Keep it stepping.
The fuck? But when I tweeted it, I was thinking about something totally different. I was not thinking about this person at all. At all.
Sometimes, clock is right twice a day.
That's what guys
Broken
are.
clock is right twice
You're
a day.
not that important. Get off your high horse. Nobody cares about you. Well, I mean, your mom does.
And God.
And Jesus. They care about you. I don't care enough about you like that. If I got something to say to you, about you, I'm going to say it to you. I'm going to say it to you. I ain't scared. That's what grabs my gears. Well, guys, we got somebody falling asleep at the table here.
Yep. So let's do a shout out, bro. Shout out to my boy Daniel. Coming, we try to do some bigger things. He brought it to the table. Yeah. So we have to meet. So look forward to coming up with some new stuff from us, y'all.
Yeah, stay tuned. Things are getting bigger and better here on the Third Coast.
And with that, we holla at you. Peace, love, hair grease.
Yeah, what he said. Peace.